announcement, we are open to have private sessions. I am opening new dates on my schedule. We have a brand new automated booking system. No more long waits for confirming the booking. That's right, everyone. Automated booking system is here. Go to andrewbartzis.com and look forward to seeing you in a private session. Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into reality. Today is a live call-in show. We will be taking callers here in just a minute. Got some things I want to take care of for a second. YouTube has been a son of a beehive, and as usual is unsubscribing people from this channel. Right now, only 1/3 of everybody listening is now subscribed who is regular watching the show. I would ask you please to go and check to see if you are subscribed to this channel. If you were subscribed previously, write something in the chat. Rumble does not do that stuff. And if you have been unsubscribed, please resubscribe and give a like button. It absolutely helps change the algorithm from the shadow ban that this channel's got going. With that being said, the shit has hit the fan. The fan is spraying poop emojis everywhere, and we are open to talk about anything and everything today. If you should wish to talk about the poop emoji flying the fan from not using the keywords so that the algorithm doesn't want to suppress us while we are still on the YouTube side, I would advise, please, let it rip. Let us hear your thoughts, or if you just want to have any old plain old regular conversation, as always, this Thursday show is open to you. All the people that are public that want to have time just to talk to me, to have a session, to find out what's going on in their life. And with that said, we've got callers waiting. All right, Joel, spin up the wheel of callers and let's see who the universe wants to present to us.
All righty. Let's go ahead and bring Delilah on board.
Delilah, are you there? Hello.
Check that your mic's not muted and everything's plugged in. Make sure you've used Google Chrome.
Hello?
There you go.
Hello, Delilah. Where are you calling from?
Delia. That's why I didn't recognize my name. I'm coming from Jupiter, Florida.
Welcome to the show. What do you want to talk about today?
Thank you. I'm not even sure. You caught me off guard. I was trying to make lemonade for my daughter. I had a conversation with you last year about the same time. And I was asking about my kids.
Okay.
How
And
can
where are
I?
your kids at today?
I'm sorry.
And how are the kids going now?
Oh, they're doing good. It's the last day of school, getting ready for the summer vacation. I was telling you that we have a restaurant, and it's been taking out a lot of our time with our kids, and so we're trying to recover that time in the summer, spend more time with them. They're 6 and 8 now.
Uh-huh. So what did you want to
And
talk? What did you want to ask?
you mentioned martial arts. I want to
Yes.
ask. Oh my God. Well, trying to be a good parent, and it feels so hard at times because they're exposed to so much, and trying to pay attention with what schools are doing and what they're trying to implement on them. Um, I don't know. I just feel like I am not intelligent enough to teach them what I want to teach them.
And what is it that you want to teach them?
Just to be good people, to have an open mind.
You can only teach that by example. There's no way to verbally teach that. You lead by example. How do you show them to be a good person? By your own example.
Yeah, and how to not get caught up into the, craziness that they're being exposed to.
Mama, the gym thing. I need you to cut the
Okay.
thing so I can make fresh lemonade.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. They're having kids talking. It's all right. So they're also at an age where you're not really going to be able to show them much other than smaller concepts of growth. Okay? How do
Okay.
respect,
Yeah.
okay? What respect means. How you gain and earn respect. Okay?
Where's that fingering
Others.
sweet?
Okay? How you help others. And how when others help you, you say thank you.
Yeah.
Okay? And you have to stop the journey of saying you're not intelligent enough. You are more than intelligent.
I feel like I lost a lot of my intelligence since I have this restaurant. I don't know.
Upside down?
No,
The
you haven't
stress of
lost.
it.
You haven't lost the intelligence. You've just lost the energy to lead.
Yeah, and it's the language barrier. English is my second language, and many things, and I am not always sure how to provide the answer they need.
Well, it's not
And I
about an
just don't want
answer.
to
It's an
listen.
example.
Okay.
It's not about an answer. It's an example. Like I said earlier, teach them how to earn and gain respect, how to help others, why it's important to help others. Okay? Be involved in their
Yeah.
life. Let them speak to you. Sometimes kids just want to be heard and not instructed, and that's a teaching in itself.
Yep. Yeah. I'm learning that. Listen.
Uh-huh. Was there anything else that you wanted to ask?
Yeah. Before I got the call.
You're breaking up really bad.
Oh yeah, I am. Sorry. Can you hear me better now?
No, you're still starting to break up a little bit.
Let me get on the Wi-Fi.
You got an echo coming from you too. Boop. Looks like we lost her. Let's give her a minute to see if she comes back. All right. How many other callers do we got waiting?
Looks like we've got 3.
All right. We'll come back to her if she's able to get back in. Let's call to the next caller.
All right, Isabel, you're on the air.
Isabel, are you there?
Yes.
Isabel. Hey, where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm calling from Cancun.
Cancun, welcome to the show. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, it seems we are getting unexpected responses from you today. I was driving.
You were driving and you heard from me?
No, I'm listening to the show, and I went to X-ray appointment, and I didn't want to miss it, so I was listening. And
Okay.
it's very good luck for me to hear from you again.
When's the last time we talked?
I think it was a year and a half ago.
Did we talk about you selling your goods?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember who you are. How's that
Yes,
going?
you're amazing.
Yes, I
Well,
do. I remember a lot of callers.
I know you're amazing. I've been going out and exposing myself to people and reading the room, trying to learn to read the room, because I understand for some people it's difficult to understand what the outer world wants to buy, for example. And I've been trying to change what I do to the liking of much more people. And I realized I need very clear targets so I can achieve goals. If not, you are like swimming in a big ocean with no shore in sight. So I settled up a very clear goal for me in my artwork. And I'm working on that goal, and I'm working in just one goal. I'm not picking 1,000 projects. I have one goal, and I'm going for it.
What's the goal?
I started to really look inside and see what my frustration was and what I needed. And as I told you before, I wanted to live off my artwork. So I saw that sewing and spinning and weaving and doing all that, it's really time consuming, and people here are not very willing to pay the hours it takes. So I decided, well, I need to change my perspective and try something in my artwork in the same tune. And I realized there are many ways to access money in this world, because I'm not really sure, but I really have to learn how to tap on that, because I have a formal job and I'm very stable in it. I've been here for 15 years. I'm happy with my formal job, but money, it's always no one penny more than the exact amount I need to survive. And if something extra comes, something gets fucked up, like the car or the washing machine, and that extra always goes to hell. So I know there's something I must be not looking, not seeing, not understanding, and I must observe myself and see what's that. But I haven't been able to pinpoint that little thing I'm not looking at. So I started looking some other sources of money with art here in Mexico, which is a little bit complicated. And there are some grants and some money pockets. I don't know the name in English, but for example, the government gives money to artists. So I look at the requirements to get those grants, and one of those requirements is to have 2 solo shows. I have tons of group shows, but they require 2 solo shows. So I'm really concentrating in, like you said to another artist like a couple weeks before, you do your art and you have grade A art, grade B art, and shit. So I'm just flowing, painting every day, a couple of hours minimum, aside from my daily job and my children and my house. And I'm piling up artwork so I can choose the A's from the B's and the shits and go and pursue a solo show. That's what I'm doing right now.
All right, so you're pursuing that, but what
Yes,
art are you going to do?
I'm painting.
What kind of
I'm
painting?
One gallery called it oniric surrealism. It's this kind of goddesses or spirits of the textile creation. So the main idea is the thread of thought, the thread of thought, because I like threads and sewing and all that. So although these goddesses are or spinning their future or knitting their future or doing something like that with their hands, weaving their own destinies. Those are the main ideas. I'm doing on egg tempera, which I'm trained in, which is a very beautiful technique made with egg yolk. So it's very pretty. And I'm working on that besides all my daily things.
All right.
But
How has the tourist industry been in Cancun for you this year?
it's improving, but the hotels are all inclusive and they don't let you in and they keep all the tourists in there. So if you want to go and paint there, you have to pay enormous fees, and it's like a little mafia. And we have plazas, like big malls, and they also are like they take away 50 or 60% of your earnings. And I'm not sure that's the right place. I've tried, and they don't even let me sell my prints from my illustrations because they were not handmade. And like, what? They're watercolors, but it's not sticking. I'm feeling that's not the way to go. I'm not sure.
All right. So hold on one second.
Yes.
Got some technical issues in the background.
Oh.
It's fixed now. So the stream wasn't playing out before. Okay.
Oh.
So as beautiful as egg tempera is,
Yes.
it's not going to get you where you want to go.
Okay.
It's not going to get you where you want to go. And the amount of time you're going to have to put in to master it. Okay, how far into mastering that form of painting are you versus the textile work?
Well, I've took some very good courses in the university with a very good master. His name was, I forgot his name. It's a Japanese name. He was a master in techniques, in all techniques, and I took long courses with him, and I've been painting with tempera since university. I was 20. Now I'm 50. So I'm quite, the technique, I'm proficient in the technique.
Okay, but can you make masterpieces with it versus your textile work?
I think I am much more prepared in painting than in textile, but textile,
okay.
it's...
That answers my question. That answers my question. But
Yes.
I think you should not abandon completely textile.
Okay.
And here's why. If you put all your eggs, in one basket,
In one painting, okay.
one painting, and it only sells for one season, and then nobody wants that anymore, you're going to have to develop a variety of things you can do well at. Because you already have a mastery level in the egg tempura, great. What else can you do beyond that and the textile?
I was thinking about the other day, and since I have some spiritual connections with textiles because I felt a connection with it very young and with no previous teachings, and all I've learned in textiles is self-taught. I don't have any teachers. I think it's important for me to develop and to explore textiles. So I was thinking about a link between the both. Since I'm painting like textile topics, I was making some bobbin lace the other day. It's a complicated braided thing
Yep.
they made the Elizabethan colors with. And I was making this figure I'm painting lately. It's like a rabbit, very long ears, but it's dead and it's alive. It's like the circle of life and spring, that kind of symbol for me. And I was making a lace of this figure, and I was thinking I could paint and make the textiles I paint. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm overdoing it.
Have you ever heard the term Kachina doll?
No.
So in the Southwest United States, indigenous tribes, they have
Yes.
these things that are called kachinas. They represent gods and spirits and visitors from the other world, and they're
Yes.
often dressed and animated with big masks and they don't look bestial, but they look godlike or visitor like or spirit like, and they often
Yes.
dolls are dressed with exquisite clothing.
Oh, yes.
There's very few natural makers of that anymore.
Okay.
So spirit dolls are something for you to think about,
Oh,
okay?
yes. Okay.
And actually dressing them. And all you need to do is find somebody to do the woodworking for you, handmade doll, woodworking doll, and then
Okay.
dress it and paint it from there.
Okay. I'm gonna explore that.
Niche,
It's very
that's a niche.
interesting. Yeah.
That's a niche, right? That's a niche market where you only need to have a handful of completed projects. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then
It's a
after
very
that, you should really look into going into pottery and clay. And you only need a handful to start your line.
Okay. I took pottery 2 years ago. I started.
Okay.
Okay.
You figure out your firing techniques, what you're going to need, where you get your clay from, what your designs are going to be. A lot of the designs that you have in your artwork or in your patterns, your tapestry, not tapestry pattern, into your patterns can go onto the clay pieces.
Yes.
You can even think about getting something that's like a clay tableware, like example, like a big dish centerpiece. Like that's it's meant to hold food, but it has an exquisite design in it.
Okay. I was painting and drawing these little figurines. One of them, I call her the Lady of the Well, and I was
Anything
painting
that
this.
looks spiritual or goddess like is gonna make you money.
Okay, I have one painting of that Lady of the Well, and it's the spirit I kind of have an encounter with. And I was painting a series of those like vase-shaped spirits. I think I'm gonna go back to those.
You could take that spirit and
Yes,
animate it into different positions, arms open, sitting down in a prayer position, a
yes.
variety of things. So the existing spirit can have a variety of different versions of the same thing.
Okay, yes, like incarnations, different perspectives. Okay,
Okay. Now the next journey here is variety is going to be your best benefit until you're going to get in to pay the mafia level pricings. How are you
yes.
going to get people to look at your stuff?
Um, we have like group shows, but I think they stay in the art community, and what I need to tap in is in the buyers community, and
Right,
that's
you need to be in the
what.
buyers
Yeah,
community. Right.
I get lost a little bit lost in there. I don't know how to do that. I think I have to explore that and venture in that, though it's a little bit like strange to me. But I think that's the next step.
Well, that's the
I have an
next part of
Instagram.
venturing
Yeah,
out in network marketing.
yeah.
You're going to need a web. Do you have a website yet?
I have my Instagram page with all my
That's not enough. You need
my
a
art.
website. You need an actual
Yes.
website. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now, modern websites, you should never pay more than $300 for a modern website. Okay.
Yes.
So, and that's the
Yes.
truth. And to anybody out there, okay, and what is a modern basic website? It's got about page, it's got an email capture, it's got maybe something you're selling on it,
Yeah.
and a lot
And
of it's just text,
the
okay,
about me thing. Yes. Okay.
and a bunch of pictures of your artwork, how they can book you, contact information. That's the basic website. You can start with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I can
And
make
then if
it.
you
I can
actually want to
make it.
sell your artwork, then you need a store to be able to do that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take credit cards and stuff like that. Okay. That's
Yes.
a little bit more expensive at that point. But in the beginning, you just need that basic. Okay.
Yes. And when I started with the textile thing, and I made a big production, and we started, a friend and I started going to these bazaars and shows. We got a credit card endpoint, so that's already kind of sorted out.
Got that sorted out. So
Yes.
another thing to think of, there are some niche markets that are specific for the textiles that you probably haven't thought of, such as babies' shawls. Okay, something a baby can be wrapped in.
For
Okay?
breastfeeding and such.
Well, no, it's really for show, and it's going to have spiritual things all over it.
Oh, maybe
God and
like
goddess,
protection
protective
blankets.
energies, right? Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay. And then you can put a variety of things. Handmade things for babies do sell.
Okay.
Okay. And then inverting
Okay.
a grandmother shawl, gifts for mothers and grandmothers. Okay. And you can
Okay.
knock a bunch of them out really fast because it's roughly the same pattern. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to see it as you as building up stock. So if you have, 4 baby shawls and 3 grandmother shawls, that's 7. That's more than enough for you. And when it comes
Yes.
to the clay, 2 or 3 of this, 3 or 4 of that, 2 or 3 of this. And then when it comes to the
Okay.
painting, it's going to be the same thing: 2 or 3 at a big size, 2 or 3 at a small size, and 4 or 5 at a very smaller size. Okay.
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 Yes.
Now you're
The painting
opening
is
up
more interesting.
Great. Now you're broadening your horizons, and I think you need to look into one more form of art. So you'll have textile, you'll have clay, and you'll have the eggshell painting. Okay? What other
Okay.
kind of art can you do?
Mostly whatever I put my hands on. I think one of my abilities in this reality is to transform matter from one thing to another. So I'm proficient in that. I've done lots of painting techniques: watercolor, egg tempera, oil, uh,
What
any of
about
those. I can.
what about murals?
I think
Large
here
size
in Cancun,
murals.
it's really saturated. It's really saturated. Everyone is doing that. So I don't think I would like to go
Okay, that makes
to that.
sense. That makes sense.
Mhm.
What else can you do?
Hmm. I can carve in wood. I've done it. I've done little sculptures, little bakeable clay, like polymer clay. I've done body painting. I've done. Um,
What about stained
I,
glass?
my father used to do that, and I haven't done that.
It's
But
something to look in. It's something to look into. Okay.
okay.
Again,
Icons.
you don't need to make a bunch of them. You just need
Yes.
enough to show off that you can do it. Okay?
Okay. I
Okay?
was, for example, here there are lots of very religious people. I'm not religious, but I thought the market of painting icons, maybe
Yes,
Buddha
that's a
icons,
market too.
maybe.
You just need to tap into the religious people that want them.
Okay, I'm
Okay?
gonna kind of broaden the scope and not very much pieces of everything. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
broaden
plan.
your scope. That's your best
Okay,
advantage right now because if a niche market hits, it takes off.
okay,
Okay?
and the website
You've
with
got
everything
right,
on it.
you've got enough art skills because of being in art for so long. Show
Yes.
your variety early on in this journey as you're trying to get those grants and the loans, etc.
Yeah, because I think that money, we talked about it last time. Money is money, and we need it to function. So I don't care where it comes from,
Right.
if it's good karma. I don't. I'm gonna explore that, and I think I can get it. But
Okay.
meanwhile, I really want to expose my art. I was trying to uh, get into shows and serious art shows, but I sent my pieces. were very commented, but no, I mean, picture this. There was a horrible clown. It was a horrible clown. And my lady of the well was beside that horrible clown. The horrible clown sold, and I didn't. And I'm
That's
not
because
really
clowns
sure
always
why.
sell. Clowns always sell. It's just the unfortunate truth. Right?
Yes, we're surrounded here. In politics, they're like flowing.
Right.
Well, okay. I'm gonna broaden the scope in that. Thank you.
Yeah, and then look, like I said, really delve deep into your artistic skills for that
Hmm.
extra thing for you to put together.
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
the dolls, I've seen them in my images. I have dolls, and I have this
Balls is
spirit
a great
from the.
one to. That's a very niche market of people that will buy that. You just got to get your stuff in front of those niche buyers.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, but making Instagram campaigns and all that, is
You're
it
going to do all
worthwhile?
of that. You're going to do all of that, but it directs people to a website too.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna build a website next.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
as
John.
a
Thanks a lot for
priority.
calling in.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right,
Blessings
Joel.
for everyone.
Yeah, take it easy. All right, Joel. Let's spin up the wheel of callers and see who is next.
All righty. Let's go ahead and bring on Joey.
Joey, are you there?
Oh, wow. That
Hi,
went
Joey.
5
Where are you
minutes.
calling from?
I'm calling from Germany.
Germany. Welcome to the
Yeah.
show. What do you want to talk about?
There are multiple things actually. I didn't think it would go so fast. This is the first time I'm tuning in live.
I'm getting some kind of interference with your microphone.
Okay. Some Bluetooth actually, and I don't think I can make it better.
Now I can barely hear you.
What can I do? Switch around this sequence.
Now I can't understand what you're saying. No, it's not getting any better.
Okay, more than this, I actually not well. I could use the speakers of my laptop probably.
Oop. And he's dropped. Let's see if it gets a minute for him to come back. Let's just move on to the next caller. We'll see. We'll come back to him.
Okie dokie. Todd, you're on the air.
Todd, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, where are you calling from?
Rochester, New Hampshire.
Rochester, New Hampshire. Welcome to the show. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, I want to know who I am.
You are Todd from New Hampshire. What else do you need to know?
Very good. All right. Is that in the Akashic Records?
No, I just made it up. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself so I can tune in.
Yeah, sure. So I started a bit of an awakening somewhere around 2008. Got a little more awakened in 2011. And it's been an excellent journey, but then I started getting really sick, and supposedly I have Lyme's disease. So now,
Okay.
Yeah, is that enough? Or
Now keep going. Tell me more about yourself.
Okay,
What
yeah.
kind of career have you had?
So I'm having a little bit of trouble with my voice here because of the Lyme's disease, I believe. But
Okay.
yeah, so I started to get a lot of pain and having issues neurologically. I mean, the list goes on and on. You probably know all of the.
What kind of career did you have for your life?
So I've always been in the technical career with like computer technology.
Okay. Hardware or software side?
Hardware. hardware mostly, but I've done various different types of jobs. A lot of it's in quality, the details of quality, root cause analysis, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of jumped from profession to profession and kind of worked my way up quickly in each company that I went to, but I wouldn't last very long at the companies. Maybe 3 years tops. I would get bored with it basically and want to do something else.
So every 3 years you moved on to another job.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What's the longest you ever stayed at one job?
Probably about 3 years.
Married with children? No children?
Never got married. Three daughters. Even have grandchildren now. Also.
How long you been listening to me for?
Oh goodness. If I'd had to guess, maybe a couple years or so, something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
So there are times that people ask one thing and they get something else.
Okay.
And you're in between getting what you want but not getting what you want.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you what you think you want first, but you're going to get what you need. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And like the Who song, you don't always get what you need. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't always get what you want. You get what you need. All right. First thing first is in previous lifetimes, the last, let's just say 4 lifetimes, you've led a very political life journey. Whether it was a mayor of a small town, a senator to a local state, a religious leader over a section of a country, a judge. Those are the types of lifetimes you've been leading the last 4 lifetimes. And it's actually one of the reasons why you have Lyme disease now at this part of your age.
Oh, that's interesting.
Those were wealthy lifetimes, but also very corrupt lifetimes.
Right.
And is Lyme disease a karmic journey for you? The answer is yes, it is. But it also means that you can cure yourself of the Lyme disease, which is in a sense curing yourself of those corrupted lifetimes. And what it requires is a journey into self-love far more than you've ever done in your life. It's not something you could just quit after 3 years. And the pattern that you have, go 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, that's also a karmic repetition thing that's going on in a bigger scale for you. I mean, the soul was so excited to be here. It wanted to do everything as possible, and yet it didn't let you master a variety of subject matters that this time during the awakening you need under your belt. And this is the lifetime where you get to master some of the more magical skills just for you and no one else.
Oh, that's interesting. It's funny you say that because as part of my journey, I've actually got into the whole, legal thing where you realize the U.S. is a corporation and so on and so forth. So I've delved deeply into that. I learned a heck of a lot. Done nothing but study very hard every day. But then it's coming to a point where it seems useless because I can't seem to apply it. I don't even have the energy to apply it.
Right. And thus it's about self-love. It's not about a project or a subject you can jump from anymore.
Yeah.
You are the project. And can you break the pattern of do something, quit, because you would be quitting on yourself.
But I don't
All right,
see...
hold on one second. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties once again. Anybody that wants to call in, go ahead and call back. You can. The call-in room is cleared again. Anybody that was there before, come back in. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We started the show with some of the Rumble issues going on, and now it's passed over here to the Restream side. But anybody that wants to be a caller, please, you can go to the restream. Can go to the use the link that's in the chat room. All right. So back to you here. You can't quit on yourself. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm not sure, only because I feel. Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying. You have Lyme disease as a human challenge to clear karma. And the way to clear karma is learning the many ways of self-love. Okay. You are not a technical project. You are not a job you can willy-nilly walk away from, or the Lyme disease will catch up on you. I know before you were saying you don't have energy. You don't have energy to love yourself?
Well, I see, from my perspective, I do. I mean, that seemed to have been part of my spiritual awakening, was just overall forgiveness of myself and everyone else.
Forgiveness is not love.
Forgiveness
is not love.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I mean, seriously, forgiveness is not love. It is forgiveness. Okay? Yeah. How do you show love to yourself that has Lyme disease?
I guess I'm not sure. I mean, all I do is I take care of myself. I try to obviously,
body,
yeah.
I love you. Body, I love you. Body that's been with me forever, I love you. That's baby steps. Intermediate steps is prayer, ceremonial time, ritual time that includes the bringing in of the universal love energies, tapping into the oneness.
See, those
all
are
those
all the
things
things
you've heard on this show for years and years and years.
Yeah, but the ironic thing is that I've been doing those things even before,
Sure, but you're not doing them at the serious level of, I have to let go the other projects. There's still the distraction from the 100% genius investing 100% of his time into it, and not 53% or 67% for a couple of weeks until you move on to something else. That is your pattern.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe you maintain 30% attention to it month to month to month, but 30% attention isn't enough. Self-love and all the many versions and expressions of it needs 100% of your genius behind it. Days and weeks in a row.
Are you basically saying that I'm kind of distracted with all of the other things that I'm trying to learn?
Yes, I am saying that.
I see. Okay.
It's taking away from you investing your pattern recognition super genius solely on you on the journey of healing and loving yourself. And if you do it long enough, 4 to 6 months, all of your life is going to look different. You will have been able to master their journey of self-love, master their journey of doing regular ceremonies that bring life force back into the body and counter the Lyme disease, so that you can once again get to the ecstasy of living life without Lyme disease and the skills of loving yourself, taking you on the next journey after Lyme disease.
Yeah, I always thought that's what I was doing. Like anything I'm learning is always for the better. I guess I could call them distractions, but I'm always learning about health. I'm always learning something new about how I can better myself. I'm always
and that's your issue. You're always learning something new, but not about yourself.
I see.
You're not dedicating it to the inner work of the traumas you have gone over. You're not dedicating it to actually feeling love in your own body expressed by yourself.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
But you asked who you were. You were a person that lived a very wealthy, corrupt lifestyle for many lifetimes in a row. And you are dealing with that as this lifetime as a byproduct, meaning Lyme disease is a result, and the cure for Lyme disease is love. because those other lifetimes were loveless for you. They were all
Right.
power oriented, domination oriented. I can see the smoke turning in your gears.
Well, it's just, it's like, I feel like I'm so the opposite of that now. I feel like I'm completely the opposite of wanting to go out and dominate and control
And you are opposite of that, but you have not experienced next level loving yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be jumping job to job to job every 3 years. You would have found a passionate career and stuck with it. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
You would have made your own business and stuck with it. You'd have done something that amplifies the love for a grander journey than being led by boss, by boss, by boss, by boss. Okay?
Yeah, I guess I just always felt that I always had this feeling that this is all temporary and that I wanted to learn as much as I could learn to, with the idea that that's what I'd be taking with me is just my experiences and what I've learned versus trying to stick with one thing,
Well, I'm basically saying you got to stick for one thing for about 6 months.
All right.
You'll be able to move on from it, but the thing is, you got to beat Lyme disease. And it is beatable. It's 100% beatable. And to everyone else that's out there with Lyme disease, it is 100% beatable. And it's not about scientifically educating yourself. It's faith re-education, re-experiencing faith in the many different experiences it have, bringing the body and the spirit back together again, because there is a schism between the body and the spirit. That is the nature of Lyme disease. It is kicking you out of your body from the pains and experiences the Lyme disease creates. It is naturally it ejects the soul out of the body. So you're really only 30-40% of your soul's in your body. The rest is hovering in your outside aura, and that's not a full life. No matter what you think, it isn't. It's an external force life instead of an internal force life. And you got to summon the courage and commitment of power of love to weasel your way back into your body and overcome the challenges of Lyme disease, which are going to get more challenging the deeper you get into self-love, because it's not going to want to give up. As the car races off in the background, irony of sounds.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I've always felt like when I started the awakening that I went too far into spirituality and I wanted to be in the clouds all the time. So I was never really in my body. Therefore, I really didn't take good care of it for that time span. I was always meditating and probably should have been exercising and moving around, and I wasn't.
That's another form of spiritual love you have to learn. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
Okay? There are many ways, especially through ritual and ceremony, visiting places of power to get that energy into your body. Okay? Meditation is not going to be your journey. If anything, meditation will make your state worse.
Oh, great.
Okay?
Yeah. I mean, it's ironic because I'm doing the exercises. I even have my own little gym up in the attic and everything. And I get out and make sure I get out into the sun, get some bike riding in. I mean, oh, God, it just seems like I've done it all,
And now that's the tired soul talking.
Right.
Doesn't want to love themselves. It's too much work.
It is. I'm pooped.
Okay?
Said I'm pooped.
What are you pooped from? Changing job every 3 years?
No, well,
Having
I mean,
nothing stable?
I've been a computer technician since I left my last one. I mean, I left my last one in 2013, and I've been doing my own thing.
And what is your own thing?
Well, it's just a computer technician refurbishing laptops.
Okay.
But it's always just enough money. And of course, the money always comes at the right time. You know, I can feel that spirit is.
So,
You know,
do you work for someone else?
no.
Okay.
No, so part of my journey is I've been becoming more and more sovereign in the sense that,
All right.
you know,
So so do you just find laptops online and refurbish them, and where do you resell them at?
Online.
Where online?
Like Craigslist or Marketplace.
And about how many do you think you can sell in a month?
See, I don't know. I can't make that determination. That's how, unstable it is. And, I can't, yeah, I don't know how many I'll sell in a month. It's always just enough.
That's classic karmic resolution right there. Just enough to survive.
Right.
Okay. So what kind of machines do you target to buy to refurbish? What is your favorite, your common machine to get and refurbish?
There's a zillion different models out there, so I don't have any particular choice. Basically, all I do is I get ones that probably would have been thrown away otherwise, and I would buy a big batch of them and try to keep them out of, keep them out of the oceans, basically. So part of it is also to help the environment. So I take the ones that most of the technicians don't want to address, and I'll put them back together. Yeah.
And then how much do you get to resell them for?
Well, it depends, but you can, like I said, I don't write any of this stuff down. I have no idea. I just put them up for whatever I think they're worth. And either I'll get that or somebody will make me an offer.
Doesn't seem to be very good business sense.
Well, it's not huge. Well, it isn't. That's just it. I have no interest in business. I have no interest in money, and the world kind of bothers me a lot, actually. I don't see the need for money in this universe. I just, it's ludicrous to me. The idea behind money.
That is something you're going to have to learn on this journey. Lack is a state of mind and limits the soul. You absolutely should have money to make your life easier and do things with, so you invest into yourself. That's a philosophy that's going to end up destroying you. Mark my words, it will destroy you if you do not change that philosophy.
Well, I think I've always come from the foundation where I'm just putting most of my energy into the integrity behind what I'm doing.
You can still have integrity and make money off of it. That's an absolute martyr program running in you right now.
Well, maybe so. But, when I see some of these stores that charge ridiculous prices to people,
Yeah, but you can buy something for $100 and resell it for $700, okay, as a refurbished machine with modern technology in it, and still make $600 a machine and sell 3 of those a month and make $1,800 a month, more than you've probably ever made before in a month.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised on the prices of laptops. For whatever reason, it's almost like everything else has gone up except laptops.
Because you're not in the right market.
Yeah, that could be.
You're looking for junk and upgrading junk, and most people don't want upgraded junk. You should be working in gaming PC fields that have circuit board problems or ungrounded problems and issues. There are so many gaming PCs that have been returned. You can get those for pennies on the dollar with the RAM still in them.
Okay, so I know that you are into gaming, and for me, I feel like I'm doing a disservice if I help people game. I think it's.
How are you doing a disservice for their personal enjoyment?
Well, because
are you not
I feel like
judging their enjoyment and pleasure and stating, "I will not survive joy and supply joy and pleasure for someone else"?
Yeah, but I mean that's no different than going out and selling some drugs, because I feel like
it's nowhere near. For you to even say that it is like drugs is ridiculously stupid, and it's once again the philosophy has taken over you like a cancer. It is
right,
nothing.
But for me, I see nothing but addictions in people. I mean, a TV can be a drug.
That's awful
People are
dark
gonna say, yeah.
dark perception of that's an awful dark perception of the world. If you see addictions before the beauty that's out there. That's why the journey of self-love is going to be so challenging for you. You have a preset notion of how everything is. And
I don't
that's
know
why
if
you
it's
have this
preset.
karmic resolution lifetime. It's to change your philosophy, to be love first before judgment and justice and perceptions of that.
Well, I mean, I used to, play games just as much as the next person when I was younger. It's just during this, spiritual awakening, I've just been shown by spirit to me that these things are just corrupting people. Not that they have to corrupt people. I'm just saying that I think the majority of it has that agenda behind it, is all I'm saying. Not that
I understand that, but that philosophy has taken hold by the martyr and created a set of structures inside you that you don't even realize how it creates subtle judgments of many subject matters.
Sure, yeah, no.
Judgments is a finite process limiting you.
Yeah. I guess I just, it seems to me that I try not to be part of the problem is all,
You're following your own sovereign free will, and having money behind your process of self-love is important as part of your karmic resolution journey. I'll finish saying the business model. You should be working in the gaming PC world, gaming laptop world. There is where you can get them for the cheapest and resell them for the most. Okay, that's the market you should be in.
How the heck do you get them for cheap?
You got to go on eBay. You got to find the places they're getting rid of them. Go on Facebook. A lot of people are selling their older gaming PCs, and laptops. It's a matter: do they have the RAM in them? What's the motherboard in it? Do you have to replace the motherboard or not? Okay,
Right.
is there something you can do that makes it more than just a gaming PC? You can add a really advanced sound card to it if there's more slots available, and then it's for musicians. Okay, not everything's for top level gaming, but something that already starts with the gaming performance level can easily be used for anybody that's running a band or doing digital music or video editing.
Oh yeah, I mean the laptops that I get, I mean they're just not targeted at gaming laptops, but I definitely don't, like I just got rid of one myself, but I didn't get very much for it either,
Because you're underselling yourself and you're not realizing the value of the market. And that's that subtle judgment inside you that is preventing you from selling at a higher rate because you feel guilty for selling it at a higher rate. Therefore, it stops you from ever even looking and doing.
All right.
I'm only being harsh on you because I want you to grow.
No, believe me, I don't. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all.
I want you to grow. I want you to beat Lyme disease because I believe you can. And there's a unique genius in you that once it gets disentangled from these philosophies of limitation and connects into the higher frequency of love, which is going to be teaching yourself how to give to yourself gifts of money, gifts of love, and money can have love behind it that will help you grow through subject matters.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. More money would definitely be great.
So you're going to have to put some of your genius power into finding those things. All right. Do you ever work on refurbishing cell phones?
No.
Okay. Is that something you think you could do?
Yeah, I could probably do it.
That's another market. If you find old iPhone 9s and 10s that just need to be refurbished, you can buy them for 20 bucks each and still resell them for 200.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Have you ever built your own PC ground up? Modern?
Yeah. Not recently, no, but I've built them throughout the years. I mean, I've been in the field for over 22 years.
I understand that.
Yeah.
This is a speculation build. Obviously, you'd have to have money to create it, unless you were able to find cheaper pieces of technology you could upgrade. Like, if you find a gaming PC from 3 years ago, is it going to still be a powerful gaming PC? The answer is barely yes, okay? Because the RAM's just fast enough. But you can do things as long as there's extra ports to put cards in, or if you're able to put an external GPU on it. Do you know what external GPUs are?
No, actually, no.
External graphics cards that plug right in via FireWire
Oh,
or
okay. Yeah,
lightning
no.
bolt. Yeah, external GPUs. Well, you
Yeah.
can take any shitty PC or laptop and turn it into something very powerful. Okay? You could
Yeah.
also build your own external GPUs that can plug into just about anything, or you find something that you can convert that doesn't have USB-C, FireWire. What Joel? What is that cord that converts it to Lightning? I forgot what it's called.
Going from what to what?
External GPU to hard drive to hard motherboard. What's the connection you needed?
Oh, is it? It might. They might be doing USB-C or Lightning or Thunderbolt, but there's
Yeah,
also
it's a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt, that's what it is. Thunderbolt connection. Okay. So you got to find the motherboards that can have a Thunderbolt connection added to it, or it's something that's built into it. You can take literally any garbage PC and upgrade it with that, and it makes it superior. Okay. And it's great for video editing and other stuff like that.
That's pretty neat.
Okay.
That's a neat idea. Yeah.
All right. Have you ever seen those little mini computers that plug into a television or turn any screen into a TV?
No.
Yeah, that's been out for about 5 years, going on 6 years now. Literally, it's just a USB stick that plugs into a TV and it turns it into a computer.
Oh,
Okay,
geez. Yeah.
and it has a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. Okay,
Yeah.
that means you can go and buy shitty TVs that have a USB port, okay, and that computer, and get an external GPU attached to it.
Yeah.
Okay, which will then make one hell of a home audio video center.
You know what I think a lot of my problem is with some of this is that because with this Lyme disease, I get super sensitive. So if I even sit in front of a high definition TV, man, I just feel so uncomfortable and get sick so quick that, I couldn't do something like that.
What about an
It's just
LED? What about an LED?
Well, I know most LED lights bother me. Like I'll try to find full spectrum clear lighting for my lights in the house. And I get really disoriented when I go into like a Hannaford's or, a Walmart or something.
Yeah, but that's multiple screens doing it. One screen will do that to you?
Yeah. It depends on the screen, I've noticed. There are some that they really affect me. Like,
okay, that's common. That's very common with Lyme disease.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so there's a
that's
niche
part of
market.
my problem.
Okay. So there's a niche market for you to go on. You find the right model monitors and screens that are electromagnetically and flicker rate sensitive for people who are like you, and you advertise it as that. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I can tell you there are a lot of listeners right now who have Lyme disease who are experiencing that, and they would love to be able to watch a movie again and not let it affect them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what screens don't affect you?
Well, I wouldn't know the types. I have a very old 11-year-old Dell XPS that I can do okay with for a little while, and look at the screen on that. The cell phone isn't horribly bad, I guess.
All right. So there are specialized grounding mats that can take away some of that electromagnetic energy too.
Yeah, I have one of those a grounding sheet.
Yep, those are great.
Yeah, that I sleep on every single night.
Okay.
That's about it as far as that goes. And then, of course, I get out as much as I can. Often go to the beach, and I'll put my feet on the ground there.
Okay, great.
I just don't know what's left. I've dug real deep on some of this stuff to help with the Lyme's disease, and it's just
Okay,
it's
what
like
about
it's not
plasma? What about old school plasma TVs?
that I don't know because I haven't had a TV in my own house for 10 plus years. So
Okay,
I
well,
got
it's time to start experimenting.
yeah
Okay.
yeah.
So the challenges ahead of you are love, breaking these philosophies that are limiting you from even seeing love.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, brother, I got to let you go and move on to the next caller.
yeah. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks a lot for calling in.
You bet, buddy. Bye bye.
All right, Joel, let's spin up the wheel of callers and see who is next.
Okie dokie. Let's bring on Rose Gold. You're on the air with Andrew Bartzis.
Rose Gold, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from India.
Welcome to the show from India, long ways away. What do you want to talk about today?
Uh, could I please ask about my galactic history? That's
Well, like the last caller, you don't always get what you want, you get what you need. Not
okay.
everybody is ready for that. Tell me a little bit about yourself so I can tune in.
I'm 21 years old. I have been into spirituality since I was 16, but I
Uh-huh.
was very confused about everything. And I do have some issues, but I don't know where they come from. So it's very confused about that.
What's confusing for you?
Like I was okay up until the age of 15. But then I started struggling with like depression and anxiety and social anxiety, a lot of that stuff.
Uh-huh. Are you
So
still
then,
suffering from that?
yes,
Okay. So how is your galactic history going to help you solve social anxiety?
I don't know. Maybe it feels like I belong somewhere else, so like it's okay if I'm not. I don't fit in here, I guess.
No, you belong. Everybody belongs here. It's why you were born. And this whole notion that we belong somewhere else is a generational lifetime trauma that we get, that we believe we belong, we're not a part of this world. You were born here to be a part of the grander resolution of the awakened journey that's ahead of us. You spent hundreds of thousands of lifetimes here. You've been on this
Yeah,
world 27 million years. You're from here. You're not from somewhere else. And somehow this idea has got into your mind and created this virus. You're from somewhere else because you've been experiencing long term depression. And depression is always looking for an escape out, never really solving the original issue.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. What do you do for education?
I just completed my engineering, but I'm gonna do a job in tarot.
So you have an engineering degree?
Yeah,
Do you have a job?
yeah, I'm gonna get a job doing tarot readings for people.
Why? Why are you not in your degree?
Because I just couldn't, I don't like sitting in front of a computer. It's very draining for me.
So I'm going to be blunt with you. You've experienced lifelong depression and social anxiety, and you think you're going to be able to jump in and do tarot readings, 20 or 30 a week to barely survive,
Yeah,
and throw away your educational degree because you don't think you're strong enough to handle an office job.
yeah.
You've never looked at it like that, have you?
No, not really.
Okay. How are you going to handle doing 20 tarot card readings a week to barely survive? you have social anxiety and depression.
Right. See, so if it's like if it comes to doing tarot readings, I'm fine talking to people. It's just like
Have
this
you ever
Gen
have
Z.
you ever have you ever done 20 in a week?
I think I have not 20. No, not yet. Not right now.
3 in a week, maybe 4 in a week?
I think I did like 11 or something once, but then not more than
Okay.
that.
And you think you're stable enough to stay in that field? You're
Mm.
not. I'm going to be blunt with you. You're not. You're not stable enough to stay in that field. All it takes is one haunted ass person to dump their garbage on you, and you will spiral out of control.
Mm.
Not everybody is perfect. Not everyone is an angel. And let me tell you, I get some haunted ass people that call me. And if you don't have coping skills to deal with it, it will plague
Mm.
you for months and months and months. How are you going to get clients?
So there is this app that acts like a third party. You just have to sign up for it, and then they handle all the clients and stuff.
Okay, so you're giving all your power away to somebody else to get you clients.
Right.
Okay, what if the app doesn't get you clients?
No, I tried it, and they do give clients. They just barely give you any money. That's also there.
Okay, so they don't give you any money. So how are you going to survive doing that?
So I was. This is just like a temporary job. After that, I was gonna start teaching kids.
You're going to start what?
Teaching.
Teaching kids. Teaching what?
Yeah, teaching English.
Okay. Well, I think you should give up on the tarot cards and do it for private friends and family and get much better at it and learn the skill sets that it takes to do it before you jump into that and you risk yourself of getting lifetime damage because you don't know the type of clients that are going to come to you. Okay. If you really don't want to do an office job, you don't want to do engineering, you cannot just give up on the education you have. You have to apply what you've learned to something else in your life.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. If you give up on the education that you've just finished, it will be a trauma in you the rest of your life. You have to be able to use that education. It's engineering, but it can be applied to so many other situations, even if it's just doing shit for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry to be harsh with you, but I've seen so many people who think they can just jump into the reading thing and get destroyed by their clients. And I mean destroyed.
Mm.
Because you don't have the coping skills to deal with a suicidal person, do you?
No, no. Yeah, I
You do.
definitely don't.
What would you do if a client says to you, your card reading is going to determine if I kill myself or not?
Damn. Yeah.
Okay. I have had people live call the show and privately do that between 5 and 6 a year. How would you handle it?
No, that makes sense. I
And
don't
how
have
would you
expertise for it.
Okay, let's do another scenario. Let's say you get someone that has a full on demon inside them
Mm.
alcohol, addiction, drugs.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Okay. And you've
Mm.
been dealing with lifelong depression and social issues. That's not for you. Okay. For you is
Right.
building up your social ability, learning to the skills that it requires to be a reader, letting yourself practice it for 3 to 4 to 5 years before you put yourself on the market. Okay.
Mm.
Learning other spiritual skills that get you out of depression and into groundedness. Okay. Teaching English is a great way to keep yourself having some money coming in. But that engineering side, you got to do something with it. Even if you
Mm.
start designing your own things. Okay.
Okay, that does make sense.
Okay. In your journey of learning engineering, are there anything from engineering you thought you'd ever want to design on your own?
Yeah, I could make websites. Like
Like what?
I like coding.
Okay. What would you design? What would you want to create?
I had ideas for like apps and stuff that I had like thought about vaguely. So I wanted to create an educational, like a game, how you play a game, but like an educational game, if you will.
Okay. Okay.
So when you study about space, you actually go on space, and then you go on the moon, and then you look around, like, stuff like that.
Okay. But do you know how to program?
Yeah, I have learned programming.
Okay, so you have an engineering and a programming background?
No, but then I studied, like, it's like related. So I studied that also.
Okay. But I'm talking about the actual engineering degree.
Okay, right. So mine is telecommunications. So not really like doing stuff with my hands, but more of a virtual degree.
Okay, say that again. You broke up.
Oh, so it's a telecom degree. So I'm not really doing anything with my hands. It's more of a
Okay.
virtual thing.
Now I understand. It's a telecom engineering degree. I understand now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
You are
actually,
really. Go ahead.
sorry.
It's okay.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just saying, I think in the past 5 to 6 years, there has been like either like black magic or like some entity attachment, which may have made me this way. Not sure, but like,
Yes, that is true, but it also left you in your teenage years. Okay. And it left damage in you. Okay.
okay.
And the damage is what you have to heal from. So, yes, in the past it was there, but it is long gone now because there's not enough energy to harvest off of you.
Oh, God.
That's why it's so hard to get your life started. That's why you lash out to this idea, this idea, this idea, and aren't really able to get moving forward.
Mm,
You got to go through a reconnection of faith and healing.
yes, I don't feel any positive emotion. Like it's so hard to even think inside my own head. I don't know why.
You don't know why because you've been stuck in depression for so long. And that's the spiritual journey you should be working on for yourself. Okay? Taking the tarot card readings and doing it yourself. When's the last time you just totally gave a full on reading just to you and you alone?
A long, long time ago. And I don't think I did properly though. Yeah. I don't know how to get out though of, loop.
Yep. Are you there?
Yep.
All right.
Hello.
We lost you there we lost you there for a second. Looks like your internet connection's challenged.
I'm sorry.
All right. So you
So,
got to start working. It's okay. You got to start working on the depression. Okay. You
mm,
got to start. You got to start truly reconnecting to prayer and faith. You got to clear the capacities so that new energies can come into, new fuels can inspire you. Kind of like the last caller, you got to reconnect to love. Okay.
mm,
You at least have a pathway to a job where you can make some money in English, but you're going to have to rediscover a passion inside you and light that passion fire and keep it fueled so that it can begin to
mm,
defeat the depression.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Part of your journey is that. Okay. Try practicing that for 4 or 5 months. Really love journey. You got to get back to your religious center. You got to
Mm,
get reconnected to you. It's time to start going back to some of the temples, reconnecting to the community of faith too.
I do actually go on religious, I love going on religious pilgrimages. It's like the one place where I feel like chill, like myself, no anxiety. That is true.
Well, you should start going. That's part of that grander journey for you, is understanding.
Yeah, that makes so much sense actually. Thank you for telling me that.
Okay, it looks like we are having a lot of technical difficulties going on here. Looks like our restream's having some major issues. All right, darling, I'm gonna call. We've got to move on to the next caller. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, Joel. We are just having technical difficulty after difficulty after difficulty. Let's call it an end to the stream right now. Everything's going crazy in the background right now on my computer and all the other stuff here. We will be back this coming tomorrow for our live game stream. And for any of you that didn't get a chance to ask me any questions, you can come in during the live game stream and ask me questions every Friday. I'm always open to having questions being asked, and I highly encourage you to ask questions. And we will be back on Tuesday with the Talking Stick Show. And after that will be the next Thursday, will be the next call-in show. All right.